Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Today, we're going to discuss some articles involving the country of Moldova. Moldova is a country that was made up, formed by, created by Joseph Vissarionovich Stalin, the man of steel, which was the leader of the Georgian leader of the Soviet Union for such a long time. You might be familiar with that. So Moldova, Republic of Moldova, the so-called Republic of Moldova, is part of the Moldova as a province, as a territory, and that was requested by Stalin uh, via an ultimatum from Romania because it belonged to Romania. So in before right there at the Second World War, Stalin said, this belongs to us. We gotta have it. Romanian says yes, take it, and then they took only half of it, not even half. That's less than half, than the entire Moldova, which was part of Romania, as I said. And then they created the Soviet Socialist Republic of Moldova after 1991, when Soviet Union collapsed or disintegrated. This country, instead of going back where it was taken from, just remained over there as a country, an independent country made up by Stalin. It's a product of Stalin. Good job. It has about 3,500,000, so 3.5 million people. That's the population. It's a very corrupt country. Speaks Romanian. They say Moldovan, but if I go over there, I don't need a translator at all. It's not even as far or detached as, let's say, um, French and Portuguese, or let's say Russian and um, Ukrainian, or Ukrainian and Russian. It's even closer than that. So that's Romanian, but nevertheless, some global interests wanted to create the Moldovan people, Moldovan country, Moldovan culture. They have a culture, but it's part of the same, Romanian culture, if you want it, similar, very similar. But nevertheless, let's move on. I made this little thing. So it's located in the northeastern part of Romania, and bordered Ukraine on the east, and then Ukraine, Donbass, Lugansk, and then Russia. So, and Moldova has a little strip uh, called Transnistria along a river over there. I'm not going to go into it. That was invaded by, that has a lot of Russian uh, uh, um, population. Moldova has also Russian population as well. It's about like 40 some or 50%, or something like that. I might be wrong with the percentage regarding Moldova, because in Stalin's time they were moving people around so they can have diversity. So you can say, okay, this is a homogeneous part. The first drop of the hat, we want independence. So that's what they did with Ukrainians. So that's why Ukraine was formed from territories from other countries as well. And that's why you had this problem in eastern Ukraine, and it's mostly Russian people over there, among others. Like you have Bukovina, northern part of Romania, that was taken by Stalin, given to Ukraine, and there are a lot of Romanians over there. So there you have it. And there's a lot of examples in Europe like that. That's why you always have problems in the Balkans and others, where the territories were carved. Today were like this, next day was like this, like this, like this, and then a lot of problems. So that Transnistria has about 1,500 Russian troops in it, and it's still a part of Moldova, but it's kind of like special treatment or something, status. So what happened? There were some scuffles, some bombardments in Transnistria. Ukraine blames Russian, Moldovans, or whatever, people from Moldova, the officials call it was Russian. They want to find a pretext to take over Moldova, like they need it for what? To get more Romanians in there, or what? To attack Ukraine via that? Well, anyway, that's what they claim. So then, guess what happened? Moldova depends on Russian fossil fuels, so they can't really bark too loud because they don't have other suppliers. But nevertheless, European Union will step in, giving them some loans. You know what loan is? With interest, that means you're toast as a country because you're not going to be able to pay it back. All right, so we have some articles from Republic World from May 4th, 2022, and it says here that EU welcomes Moldova's decision of taking 100,000 Ukrainian refugees. Who's paying for that? But anyway, here in Moldova, I witness your tireless efforts in welcoming around 100,000 Ukrainian refugees, the highest number per capita of all hosting countries. It's our European duty to help and increase our support to your stability, security, territorial integrity, and sovereignty. Charles Michel, I guess his name is the guy from European, he's EU Council President Charles. So, and then is Moldova facing severe consequences from Russia's war, says EU President. People of Moldova and their institutions are facing severe consequences. All right, well, the thing is now more than ever, it's time to join forces and show our unwavering solidarity with you and with the Moldovan people, said EU leader. Before that, EU was the poorest, it was the gypsy of the Europe, like Romanians are, and blah, blah, blah. But now we're going to help them. It's unbelievable how things change. And this guy says, Charles Michel or Michael, it depends how you want to make it French or you want to make it English sounding. So EU's energy resources platforms open for Moldova, Charles Michel said. EU Council President Charles Michel has said that the officials in Moldova and the EU have agreed that bloc's subcoming common platform for the purchases of energy resources will be open to the associated partners, including Moldova. So, Moldovan electricity grid has been synchronized with the continental European grid in support of the stability of its power system. So, to support the stability of its power system. So they disconnected it from the Russian they put it with the European. Okay, that's fine. And then EU has stepped up their help, providing 13 million euros in immediate funding for humanitarian programs, followed by a further 15 million for migration management. Well, that's going to be not help, like someone is paying for that. Who's paying for that? I think it's just help, like that's a loan, basically. We will also provide support to counter disinformation, strengthen social cohesion, and withstand cyber attacks, he added. Moldova does not see imminent threat of unrest spilling, says President. President of Moldova, Maria Sandu, has said that she does not see an imminent threat of unrest spilling over from the war in Ukraine during the press conference with the President of the European Council, Charles Michel. I will call him Michel, Michael, whatever. These guys. So they say that in Transnistria there's about 1,500 to 2,000 now troops stationed over there. So yeah, we'll see what's going on with that. Let me see if I have. All right. So EU will provide additional military support to Moldova. They're going to give them weapons, and they want them to fight with the guys if time comes. I don't know. Yeah. So European Union has been considering to send additional military support. So they already sent this additional in face of a new attack threat. EU Council President Michel said during his visit to Chisinau, the capital of Moldova. So they will get a lot of, that's good, that's good. The problem is that you will expose yourself to, you pick a side. I mean, I know it's Moldovan security. Yeah, get whatever help you want. But this is one thing I don't really understand. Not understand. I disagree with. They all have sins. Every country. This some hanky panky. But the problem is that some countries think that they ignore that, or they want those acts to be ignored, and they think that they're like Jesus Christ, no sins here. And they try to lecture everybody else, morally lecture everybody else based on their self-assigned qualities of cleanliness. And that's wrong. So when they say, okay, I don't like Russia for what it's doing, that's fine. Well, I'm gonna get this block because it's in the name of the good. Okay, but they were bad too. Take each and every country, and you're gonna find dirty jobs done by that country, here and there. The problem is you don't have to be so absolute in your decisions regarding a country because you're morally superior somehow. That means keep a little open, the door a little bit open for talks, negotiation, and business with each and every country, because after all, it's about your people. And you say, yeah, but those could invade us. The other ones can invade you too. Oh no, you don't remember? Okay, let's go back. 1999, the bombardment of Yugoslavia. Do you remember that? That was NATO, the so-called defensive alliance, bombarding an independent sovereign country that had problems within its territory. They went and bombarded it. Why? So see, it can happen to you if you have a problem in your country whenever, and whenever they deem you like you don't follow the orders, we're going to place sanctions. That's the first thing. Threats and blackmail. And when that doesn't work, remember 1999 Yugoslavia. Remember how they all that. Do you think was anybody over there clean and with no sins? No, they're all did hanky pankies. Be certain of that, because that's how war is. But these guys bombarded. So when you tell me about NATO, think about that. No, not only that. Think about Gaddafi. Who gave NATO the right to get involved and kill Gaddafi, or help kill Gaddafi, if you want that way? Who? The defensive alliance. Thank you very much. So Moldova, keep an open door and look for your own interests. Don't be so tough in your statements regarding a certain group, because those are going to be your neighbors, and you're friends with the people from 3 towns away, but you're angry with your next door neighbor. It doesn't really make sense. That you can profit from its energies, and you're going to pay more for that guy's energy that's going to give it to you. So now you're going to depend on this one because he's a bad dude, but you're going to depend on the other one who's not a bad dude at all. Just look over the history and see. All right, you don't do what you're told, they're going to find a reason to put you back in line. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just. Moldova, you go back to Romania. See ya.